Cheryl. Welcome to the Amazon rainforest. We are here at Huerta Lodge in the Cuiabano Reserve, which is in the northeast of Ecuador, pretty close to the Colombian border. I am so excited to take you around to show you all the beautiful biodiversity that we have here, and probably even show you some things that maybe weren't on the list that you gave me. This is one of the most biodiverse regions in the world, as I'm sure you know, and just right off the top of my head, this reserve has over 500 bird species to give you a little bit of an idea. But like most of Ecuador, this area isn't particularly well studied, so I don't have any more numbers for you. Your video came out while I was here, so you'll just have to wait until I get back to Quito so I can give you a rating, although I'm sure it's going to be epic, so I'm not that worried about it. I am so excited to start showing you around and showing you the biodiversity that we have. There will be a few things that will be a little bit difficult, like the stingrays and the electric eels, and that's because, as you can tell from the color of the water, it is a little bit brown right now, and that's because the water level is a little bit low. Not only do we have a lot of nutrients in this water, which is how we can support all of this life, but we also have leaves falling into the water and leaching their tannins, which is staining the water like tea would. But however, I am still going to show you some fish as we are going fishing a little bit later. Well, Cheryl, I'm so excited to start taking you around the lodge and up the rivers to show you some of the amazing and beautiful biodiversity we have here.
Turf Wars, a battle of wits, knowledge, and creativity. Which naturalist will prove they're the best? Choose your fighter and watch the action unfold on Turf Wars!
Okay, so I'm going to start with some of the fish that we found in this river. I decided to ask our guide Diego, who knows a lot more than I do, and he says that there are 187 fish species recorded in this beautiful reserve, the Cuiabano Reserve, of which we managed in 2.5 hours to fish out exactly 2 of them. 2 total species with 2 total fish. So I'm glad that we did not have to fish to survive and that the lodge has good food, because we would not make it. So here's a couple fish that we fished out of the river. Fish 1 we managed to get is the piranha blanca, or the white piranha. It has big chompers on the front and is white and sparkly, as you can see. And here our guide is showing off the big chompers that would normally chomp us. Except not really, because piranhas just don't actually really bite people at all. It's also apparently a pretty resistant fish. It can live outside the water for about 5 or 6 minutes. And so we just looked at it for a little bit, I shot this video, and we threw it back. The other fish that we got is this small little catfish. And Diego is holding it like this because it has, like, on that back fin, it has a couple spines on it like a saw blade, and so it can actually hurt you if it lands on you. There's like no venom or anything, but it can like kind of apparently cut you open. So he held onto it for a few seconds and threw it back. So these scales are from a fish that I didn't get a video of, and that's because this fish is affectionately called the river monster, but it's just because it's really, really big. This fish can grow up to 9 feet or 3 meters, and it's called the paiche, and it's in the genus Arapaima. These scales were gifted to me from the guide, and this white one comes from the tummy of the fish. The little one comes from the tail, and the other 2 come from the sides of the body somewhere. These scales, you can tell, are big. They're also really thick and really thick keratin, and really just kind of like armor almost. I was really surprised how not only big they were, but how strong they were. People can still fish and hunt and eat these fish in the Amazon, so I was given these scales, and yeah, I just thought I'd share them with you and show you a little bit what they look like. So evidence of fish, but no video of the fish itself. So as we were heading up the river, we did end up seeing about 5 different species of monkey out of the 10 different species of monkey that you can see in Cuiabano. We saw the Millersaki monkeys, we saw tamarin monkeys, capuchin monkeys, red howler monkeys, and we also saw squirrel monkeys. I'll put a little footage of some squirrel monkeys that I saw on a different trip in here. so you guys can get like a little bit of an idea of how cute they are. But the problem with monkeys is they live up there in the trees, and me with my phone in a boat is not very good at getting videos of them, so you'll just have to believe me that we saw 5 out of the 10. We also saw like a butt ton of frogs and toads, so I'm gonna show you a few of those, although to be honest, all of them are pretty interesting. So here's some frogs and toads. We saw so many different types of toads and frogs. Literally, you could not go anywhere, turn anything over without seeing one. In fact, this one was in our room. I had to rescue it. The frogs and toads out here in the Amazon are so beautiful, and some of them, like this one, have really amazing, beautiful camouflage. And this one just looks hilarious. Unfortunately, we didn't ID it. And of course, if I were to show you all of the beautiful insects and other arthropods that are living in this very diverse and gigantic forest, we would literally be here for millennia. So I'll just show you a few of the highlights, but of course, because I like insects, I think a lot of them that are the highlights. So take a look at some beautiful bugs. Because I know a thing or two about some insects, I can actually tell you a little bit about them. So these are 2 acritid grasshoppers. The male is on top, and they are definitely enjoying their night. Here's a bullet ant gripped onto the leg of a weevil. The struggle is real. This is a fulgurid plant hopper, and the cool thing about these guys is those tails are actually made of a sticky wax that breaks off of the insect. We think that the wax will stick into the face or mandibles of potential predators like birds or frogs or maybe even ants, and that allows the hopper to, well, you know, hop away. This is a metal mark moth, a small group of moths that I actually didn't know of before I came to Ecuador, but I just love its shifting iridescence between green and this really pretty orange color. It's really interesting and unique family. This cicada has yet to reach its final form. As it is emerging from its exoskeleton, it has come up from underground, gripped onto this leaf, will pop out of that old exoskeleton, dry its wings, then fly away, leaving the husk behind. Another beautiful plant hopper, another really, really beautiful fulgurid. I love the fulgurids or the plant hoppers just because they're actually pretty large and very colorful. A very colorful and brightly kneed stink bug. Stink bugs have a wide variety of chemicals, and while in the States many of them are just stinky, out here in the Amazon some of them can really pack a punch. Diego, our guide, was telling us that he got sprayed by one of these guys and it really kind of hurt his skin and like made his skin burn. So yeah, careful of these guys. Ooh, a personal favorite, as many people think that these are walking sticks, but haha, buyer beware. Look at those back legs that are meant for jumping. This is in fact a jumping stick, or sometimes called horsehead grasshoppers. They look very much like sticks, just because if you look like a stick in the Amazon, you're probably not gonna get eaten, because, you know, there's a lot of sticks around. Beautiful, beautiful insect. Now we're going to get out of insects and just show a couple other common arthropods we found. These are not exactly my specialty, so my information that I give you is kind of limited, but wanted to show them to you anyway. To be honest, I'm not sure which tarantula this is that we were trying very hard to get it to come out of its hidey hole. Whatever it is, she's really, really beautiful and also didn't really want to come out and say hi. We saw a lot of these flat-backed millipedes just hanging around. These guys can actually blast out hydrogen cyanide. Fortunately, the amount that they can blast out is not sufficient enough to really hurt humans, so we picked them up and played with them anyway. And this very beautiful scorpion that I shot under UV light to show how the boring kind of brownish scorpions under UV light are actually quite beautiful.
Hey Sheryl, I'm coming at you from the top of the cebu tree, and you can actually see in this tower of observation all of the rainforest behind me, where all this beautiful biodiversity that I've been showing you lives. And we're actually almost at the end of our trip, so I hope that you liked seeing some of the amazing animals and insects and just other things that I've been able to show you around. I hope you have enjoyed seeing it, and I will see you in Quito. Sheryl, our time together in the Amazon rainforest is coming to an end, so it is now time for your challenge. I want you to find me some evidence of animals in or around your area. So for example, I don't take as many videos and photos as I should have, but we did find these really cool footprints of peccaries walking through the mud, and so that is your challenge, to find me some evidence of animals living their best life, doing any kind of behavior, or passing through your area. I will see you next time. Bye!